Hello and welcome to this demonstration of SherWeb VM Backup and Disaster Recovery Service using Veeam Cloud Connect. I am Maxime Boulanger, Product Specialist, and during this video you will learn how to initiate the service as well as create a fully functioning backup job. Of course, before starting, here is what you need. First, have a discussion with your account representative in order to determine your needs in terms of space needed, data location, and proper setup. Stay assured that at any time you can have a discussion with one of our solution architects if you have more specific needs or if you need help scaling your backup job. Second, if it's not already done, you will need the Veeam Backup and Replication Server software installed in your environment. This software will be used to configure your whole backup setup. Lastly, you will need the credentials provided by SherWeb to create the Cloud Connect connection between your environment and SherWeb. Once this is done, you will now be ready to initiate your first offsite backup with SherWeb. Start by opening the Veeam Backup and Replication software you have previously installed on your server. To add SherWeb as your service provider, simply click on Backup Infrastructure and select Service Provider. Now right-click Service Provider and select Add Service Provider. In the DNS name or IP address field, enter the repository URL provided by SherWeb from the same email address that include your credentials. You should keep the default port at 6180. You can enter what is applicable in the description tab, although this is not a mandatory field, of course. And hit Next. Click on the Add button and enter the username and password provided. Once it's done, hit Next and wait until the connection is established. Review the repository capacity that have been configured by the Cloud Support Agent and click on Next. Wait till Veeam save the settings in the configuration database. Once completed, click Next. Now review the summary configuration from the service provider and click Finish. You will now have SherWeb's repository site listed in your service providers. And now you are ready to initiate your first backup job. To do so, select the Backup and Replication tab on the left-hand side of the page. Right-click on Jobs, and under Backup, select the hypervisor of the virtual machine you want to backup. Enter the name of the backup job you want to create. Add the virtual machine you want to backup, and note that you can add one or more virtual machines as you wish. In the Storage section, select the backup repository previously created. You can also customize the retention policy for each backup job you make. Once your settings are set correctly, hit Next. At the Guest Processing step of the wizard, you can select to create a transactionally consistent backup, configure transaction log handling settings, and enable guest file system indexing. Once your selection is done, press the Next button. The Job Schedule step of the wizard allows you to choose to manually run the job, schedule the job to start at a specific time, or define a schedule for the job to run on a regular basis. To specify the job schedule, select the Run the Job Automatically checkbox. If this checkbox is not selected, the job will run manually. Once you're done, click Create. Review the summary. If you wish to start the backup immediately, select the Run the Job when I click Finish and hit the Finish button. You will then see the job starting and the status of it. Click on it if you want to see more details. Thank you for watching this demo. please contact one of our representatives to get started with Performance Cloud VM backup and disaster recovery service.